much. So I smoke for 3 weeks, and then I take a trip to the Mara with my family. And so on the trip, I'm not able to smoke. Now, for anybody who's familiar with addiction, they know the term withdrawal symptoms. And basically, withdrawal symptoms occur when you abruptly stop taking a drug that your body
is already used to.
And so I was used to withdrawals. It was a common thing. But the withdrawals I experienced on that trip, my friend, hey, they were bad. I had the sweats, I had chills, I had a fever, I was throwing up, I was having a running stomach, just...
The way you see it like in the movies, Yani.
It was, yes.
And now guys can look at you and see, like, Famo can look at you and like, okay, there's something. Although they didn't notice, someone they were just like, maybe it's a fever.
I was unwell.
Oh, yeah. Because you can catch a fever and still have...
Exactly, and then I'm not in my normal environment, I'm just, So they weren't... And I was very good at isolating myself and really having a wall and not letting people in. But people always ask me, even about my family, like, didn't they know, didn't they, whatever. But when I was smoking weed and I was drinking and stuff, I'm the type of person, if I've decided to go this way, nitaenda, I will go, and even if you try and tell me anything,
it won't make a difference.
I was so hard-headed, like I was just that brat who just thought she knew everything and you can't tell me nothing. And on top of that, my dad being an alcoholic, I would just be like, is the pot
drink
calling the kettle black? Because so, but on the trip they didn't really put two and two together, so they knew I was smoking and drinking, but not anything beyond that.
Nothing stronger.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like at that point they were just sort of like, you can fight with someone until you get to a point where it's just like
let me just let her be. She might stop.
Although they
but
would
as long as we see her, we still interact. She's part of our family.
Exactly. I just had to keep up the norms. And so I decide, when you have a problem, the first place you go to is Mr. Google.
Google.
Yes.
Google.
So Dr. Google was my reference. And what I did was, because I knew it was withdrawal symptoms, I described it on Google, and then I pressed search. And you know what came up? Heroin withdrawal symptoms.
What?
And I'm just like, what?
That's not possible.
Exactly, because growing up, I always had this notion that heroin is injected when people overdose. You always see the movies where somebody injects heroin and then overdose and then end up like
this.
Yeah, on your shirt,
Yeah.
That's exactly. But little did I know that you can smoke heroin and it can be put in weed, cigarettes even. So somebody can just be smoking a spoto over here.
And tell you like, hey, but the way you borrow a cigarette, can I smoke?
The way you borrow, hey.
They give you like, okay.
Exactly. So I But the thing is that with heroin, it only takes 2 or 3 times of use for you to be hooked, whereas alcohol
like you
and
can't
weed,
help yourself
exactly
completely.
like it's
the craving is
intense, and then also the withdrawal symptoms are intense. So to counter the withdrawal symptoms, you have to take so that you can go back to normal, because on top of the physical withdrawals, there's also anxiety, restlessness, paranoia. You can't be still. It's horrible. So I come back now with a mission from the Mara trip to find the dealer myself. And the other day on my page, people were asking, there were a couple of questions. So, Ati, where do you get heroin? I don't want to buy. I just want to know because I'm concerned.
Come on,
I'm like, girl,
no.
Girl, please. But I just said that when you're not using heroin, you can't know these things.
Yeah.
But trust me, when you start using, you'll do your homework and you'll find
because I remember like